What is going on, OJ's Mafia guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I've got another banger for you guys. In today's video we're going to be talking about 3 UFC fighters past and present. As you can see on the screen right here, they are kind of blurred out. You might be able to tell who they are, but the point is I'm going to be discussing each and every single one of these fighters who are currently undefeated. Alright, what if I told you that all 3 of these fighters have been beat in their career before, despite being undefeated in their professional career? I'm talking about the amateurs, I'm talking about other combat sports. I'm telling you guys, all 3 of these UFC fighters who are undefeated have been beat in their career before, and I need to discuss it, alright? So let's get straight into the video. As always, no more yapping around, no bullshit, no blah blah blah. The first fighter that I want to talk about is the one, the only, the best cock in the UFC himself, my boy Ian Garry. Alright, listen, sit down, shut up. Alright, Ian Garry, I will say this right now, I think Garry is a phenomenal fighter. I think he's a great striker. I think he's a very talented MMA fighter, which is why he's undefeated. I do think he could be a future title contender, but the point is, he's a cock, and he has been beat in his career before as an amateur. Alright, I'm going to show you guys a fight between Andreas Binder and Ian Garry. Alright, now Andreas Binder beat Ian Garry by split decision, but let me show you the fight, man. As you can see, Ian Garry is looking really good on the feet. He's kind of beating up Andreas Binder, basically, just kind of kicking his legs and throwing the 1-2, looking nice and crispy. But I will say that Andreas Binder's got some great wrestling, man, some great judo, because he was absolutely ragdolling Ian Garry across the mat. I mean, Ian Garry kind of looked like a Dagestani victim, you know what I'm saying, in this fight. He was getting tossed around like a pillow, and he just had no answer for it. He was basically getting held down, the whole fight, getting controlled, and unfortunately that's kind of what lost him the fight in general. But I do want to say it was a good effort by Ian Garry, but Andreas Binder took the W. He is the only man to defeat Ian Garry in MMA. And I did a bit more research, guys, and Ian Garry and Andreas Binder also fought each other in K1. These guys had a kickboxing fight along with an MMA fight, which Ian Garry won the K1 fight. So I'm telling you right now, these guys are 1-1, and I can't wait to see the trilogy for the UFC welterweight title, man. Let's fucking go. But the next fighter, guys, that I want to talk about is the one, the only. Alright, I know a lot of people, a lot of Muslims specifically, absolutely love this man, and his name is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Okay, I kind of butchered that, my bad. But Khabib Nurmagomedov, alright, he's 29-0. I get it, undefeated, brother, never lost that. Like, I get it, bro. He's undefeated, but I will say this right now, everybody knows in the MMA community that Khabib has lost a fight before. And the fight that I'm talking about is the Combat Sambo fight he had when he was 17 years old. He fought a guy called Magomed Ibragimov. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's about 3 or 4 or maybe 20, honestly, I think there's 20 different Magomed Ibragimovs in Russia. We all know that they're all inbred, with all due respect, but my point is, Khabib got beat the fuck up, bro. I'm gonna just be real like that. Like, as you can see by this fight here, Khabib, he's kind of brawling, and he's getting in the pocket trying to beat up this guy. But I will say that Magomed had some really nice leg kicks. He was chopping the leg of Khabib, and he was able to sprawl the takedowns of Khabib Nurmagomedov, which is absolutely crazy if you think about it. When we look at a guy like Khabib, Khabib is absolutely just ragdolling people. He takes him down, no resistance, he's just absolutely mauling people. But this guy was able to kind of brawl and sprawl on Khabib, kind of style on him, and he was able to beat Khabib in a Combat Sambo match. I will say, obviously, Khabib was like 17 years old at the time, so he's a youngin', he's fighting like a grown-ass man. But a loss is a loss, buddy. Alright, unlucky tonight, buddy. But shout out to Khabib. Never lost around, undisputed, 29-0. I get it, bro. We know Khabib's undefeated, but he did indeed lose a Combat Sambo fight, which needs to be put out there. But we move on to the last fighter on this list, guys. The very last and absolute savage himself, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Alright, now we all know Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's 18-0, coming off a submission win against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Looked really good in that fight. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, Shavkat Rakhmonov has not only been beat once, but he's been beat twice in his amateur career. And the craziest part is that he was beat by the same person, and his name is Gadzi Murad Kira Magomedov. Alright, now I'm having a really hard time trying to pronounce these inbred names and that. Like, it's fucking crazy, bro. But let me explain, alright? From the footage that I could gather of this fight with Shavkat and Gadzhimurad, and I will say, you know, Shavkat was looking great in this fight. He was throwing the jab out there, landing a lot of shots on Gadzhimurad, you know, even landing leg kicks, spinning back kicks, all that good stuff. But Gadzhimurad was one hell of a wrestler, man. This guy would just catch all the kicks of Shavkat, take him down, hold Shavkat on the ground. He didn't want the smoke on the feet, but he was kind of beating Shavkat up on the feet, I guess. But listen, man, Shavkat has been beaten by Gadzhimurad 2 times, which is pretty crazy if you do think about it. You know what I mean? Imagine having not 1, but 2 wins over Shavkat, a future title holder in the UFC. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, great fight by Shavkat. I mean, he's an extremely high level fighter, but Gadzhimurad Kiramagomedov, you know, might just he might be that guy. He might be him, little bro. You know what I'm saying? He might be him. But guys, that was all for today's video. These were 3 undefeated UFC fighters who have been beat in their career. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, smash the like button, as I always do appreciate it. Comment down below what you thought, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. We're on the road to 800 subscribers. I do appreciate all the support. I'm going to be bringing as many videos out as I can in the future. I'm going to be doing a lot of live streams, so stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, my brothers. Zeus.